Plantmade, a brand stolen or not? All allegedly, whatever you want to think about it. But obviously there's this question in relation to this brand called Plantmade. A lot of people are aware of this brand. So I was just I was looking through social media, and I came across Charmaine Post. She's called Charmaine, but Charmaine Post.
Right now, there's two really, really different stories circulating online, and I'm not here to validate either of them. Right? One version says
this is a black-owned brand, as I understand it, created by Amma Ajay, and it was really doing well. But as I understand it, the business did fall into some problems. But let's just hear a bit more from Charmaine on this.
Amma Ajay built a multi-billion-pound business from her kitchen, reportedly making over 5 mil in revenue.
Amazing.
Now she's no longer the founder. She's out, and someone else owns it. Kind of feels like something was taken, right? I'll be honest, that wasn't my first instinct. My first instinct was that maybe it looked like a Phoenix situation. So a Phoenix company is when the same directors restart a business after insolvency under a new entity. When you see a
Okay, so that's what Charmaine is saying, and do go check out the rest of her video on that. And then I think the new director, or I think he was part of the business before, I think so, went on to the 90s Baby.
From the founders and the owners.
Can you define death for me?
Okay.
No, I'm playing. I'm
because you understand that's what it looked like 100%. Happened. First of all, it's still black owned.
I'm AI.
So I think he's saying, yes, of course it is black owned. A bit of subtlety there, a bit of irony there, but yeah, it's still black owned, he's saying.
That was my biggest worry.
Yeah. And that was a lot of people's biggest worry. Everyone was thinking, who is it that's taking it? You haven't stolen the business.
Absolutely not.
Okay, cool.
I think it's important to...
That's the answer to that then. So it's just obviously the business went through some financial issues and it's got that new director. But there are some other people on social media who had some thoughts on this. Just go over to this one here. I'm going to have to go back a sec. Marvin has this to say.
So the guy from Plantmade has got a slight problem, right?
A lot of people want to know, because we'll go through the whole story, but did you steal Plantmade
fast forward this a bit
from the founder?
Is right is when you talk business to a community of people that don't trust business, whiteness, Eurocentric views and values, you're just sounding like you could literally be a conservative / Republican / disconnected individual who doesn't understand that people have an emotional attachment not only to black founders but black women founders.
First of all, it's still black owned.
That's a different angle on it. Not sure what to comment on that really, but let's see what the comments are saying. So saying 50, as someone who ran the brand, it certainly wasn't losing 50k per month. So this person called Travis says that they ran the brand. I'm not sure. Is he saying that he did? I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll just read through this. Obviously, it's all alleged. Allegedly, you got to do your own research because obviously it's just information on the internet. But it certainly wasn't losing 50k per month. That's literally the total amount of debt divided by an arbitrary timeline for about 2 years. He made up on the fly. Were there high debt levels in the business? Absolutely. But management have a duty to creditors to negotiate. Plantmade at its worst was turning over 60 to 100,000 per month. For all the conversations about how big the debt amount is, we as a team negotiated pretty much all the repayments down to manageable levels on a weekly basis. We did not do everything perfectly in the business, but to imply total mismanagement about context is lazy. When you go through administration, it's got 245 likes. Directors have to go through questioning and paperwork to ensure they did everything possible for their creditors. If there is deemed to be mismanagement of any kind, there are real legal consequences. The real story is Toni did not simply buy the business out of administration. He initiated and led the administration process, framing it as a restructuring with the promise of funding. As I say, this is all alleged. It's not me saying this stuff. This is something on the internet. Somebody called Travis Business Style, because these are quite strong words he's putting out here. So, do your own research, and obviously Toni should have his opportunity to respond to what's being said there as well. The Russ did not simply buy out. Fact is, he was contractually obliged to give Amma and the rest of us equity in the new business, and he used every single loophole possibly to remove us and to avoid doing so because he wanted to keep it all for himself. Saver of black business community is playing. Okay, I don't know about all of this. And obviously, there's quite strong allegations that everything that's said does need to be fact checked. Everything needs to be fact checked. I don't understand why they had so much debt, rather than saying borrowing to grow. Did people not listen to the podcast? So maybe this is a different view. He was literally working for and partnered with them to help the business stay afloat. So this is like another view to what's said above. Got them out of a big hole since they were going into administration. The previous owner literally couldn't afford to give people their refunds or send their products or pay their creditors. I'm not going to go into that. I don't know. You got to do your own research about whether that's true or not. No one would have taken this business on given the financials. Okay, well, do you know what? There's all sorts of things being said all over the place here. And I think people need to do their own research. But in terms of the central question in this video, it seems that, stealing the business is quite quite a flagrant way to describe something. It seems that he's taken on the business after an administration process. That's what I'm reading here, and people go away and do their research. But this is interesting anyway. About business, and there's a lot to learn. Really, there's a lot to learn. There's a few videos about this. What's this person said? The old owner of Plantmade claims she wasn't removed due to £1.8 million.
Following on from a video I made, basically, I was understanding what you guys were saying in regards to, yes, she was pushed out of the business, potentially because of the debt of the business. I'm saying, I'm just referring to what she said online. And as you can see here, someone went in a video and she's like, how did you get brand started? Someone said, ask the new owner. How did you get fired from brand you started? Asked the new owner. Then someone said obviously because she went into administration of the 1.8, and then she said that's not why I'm out of the company. That's what I was referring to. Obviously, this is off the back of I think his name is Toni. He was talking about Plantmade as well and stuff, and I'm thinking, yes, it is understandable why you'd be pushed out of a business.
Okay, so there's seems to be some back and forth regarding what actually happened. Some people are saying, because of the way the business was run, an original owner was moved. Other people are saying that's not how things went, but who knows what the truth is? It's somewhere within all of that.
Or when you go into administration and it's sold off and stuff, why they wouldn't want the current owner still there, especially when there's a huge amount of debt that has been left behind. But she's claiming that it's not the reason why she left the company, but she also hasn't specified what her reasoning is as to why she believes she was kicked out of the company. Following on from a video I made,
okay, that's one view. That's one view, and we got to take on board all the views and then and make a decision. Somebody's commenting on how they feel about the brand going.
When I saw this post
but it's back again, it seems.
Plantmade, I was incredibly sad about it, but I could really understand why. The industry is incredibly tough with all the stuff with tariffs and taxes. Beauty businesses are really, really struggling. A lot of your favorite brands are probably looking great on the outside and crying on the inside because...
Right. So, if you got any interest in business, if you got any interest in healthy orientated business, this is a video that you might have wanted to sort of take a look through. It's really interesting to see stuff like this. And I'm going to say, obviously, do your own research, do your own investigations. But I thought I'd just take a look about what people are saying online about what's happened. Obviously, Plantmade went viral. It caught a lot of people's attention. And I wish, obviously, all the previous and current owners and the business itself, every success in the future moving forward. But I guess it's literally a business lesson. What's this person saying?
Stolen, but that's not the whole story. I'm going to tell you exactly how this guy stole Plantmade. I'm going to use his own words, but she's not completely innocent. Plantmade had $2 million in debt, more than $400,000 owed to the...
I think this is the best point that I've seen in the comments, actually. You can't steal a company that's gone into administration. He bought the company. that would be my conclusion, because that's literally how it works, really, isn't it?
Taxman. So they look for someone to assist them. Toni, Fola, Alade, they said to him, help us out because we know you help people out. They give him access to all their books. Access you normally don't give to someone who's hostile to your company. On a podcast 90 show, he said so. They brought me in.
That's it, really. That's the conclusion to the whole matter. But I would look to see whether Amma's provided any comments on the situation. According to the young lady that you listened to earlier, she may not have. But if she has, I'd be certainly willing to do another video reviewing what her view on this is. But yeah, you can't steal a company. You can buy a company. It seems that the company was bought here. I guess, from a humanistic point of view, when you built something from the ground, obviously it might have experienced some hard times, and then that company was taken away from you through a particular legal process. I can understand, how the feelings can be quite strong. But I want to hear Amma's view on it. I've only got one side. I've got two sides. One's a middle view. I've got Tony's view, who's kind of bought the business after administration. But I would love to hear what Amma's saying on it. I'm seeing if I can find anything else. I'd love to hear what Amma's saying on it, because, as I say, she's built this business from scratch. But big her up anyway, because it takes quite a lot to do that anyway. As you said there, we went from 0 to 30 million in sales, which is amazing. So yeah, anyway, big up everybody. It's amazing achievement, and I guess she can only move on to greater things after this. She built it, so she got to have she's got to take congratulations for that, really. Interesting. Anyway, done talking.